Good morning, lovies. Oh, it's a little bit later today. I'm getting to this video, but that's okay. It's my day off. So, how you doing? I'm gonna. I did red on my nails last night. I'm gonna do some glitter on top of it, and then I thought maybe, maybe I'll do my cards first before I paint my nails. That way, I don't have to wait. So, yeah, I didn't have no expectations today. Just want to hang out and read my cards with you. So let's do the moon deck first. Just wanted to see what would happen with the cards. So here we go. Yeah, so yesterday I drew no, sleep on it, and today it was yes, go for it. I'm excited for today because some girlfriends and I are hanging out later, and some work besties that I've made, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I don't get a chance to have a girls' night very often, so it'll be good. Oh yes, the self-care deck. It's not really a tarot deck. It's just different, good things, positive little fuzzies to try, reminders, So let's see this one. Find a quiet place. So there's this one. See, there's little. So visit your local library for some you time that doesn't involve spending money. See what books spark your interest, flick through the magazines, or just sit and enjoy the hushed sounds. Libraries are great, fantastic. But if you have a quiet space in your home, that's great too. Go through the books that you haven't read. I know I've got a whole bookcase full of books I haven't read, and a lot that I have, so still working on that pile. But let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. Give yourself a break. Don't be a martyr in the office. Take a lunch break and take a tea break. If your work is truly hectic, give yourself just 10 minutes to go outside and get some fresh air. Yeah, when we get all worked up and wound up at work, or outside of work, honestly, just excuse yourself and just go, whatever you need, just shake it out, get it for release to whatever you're feeling, any pent up feelings, just get it out, take a break, get some fresh air for a few minutes anyway. Earl Grey, always my favorite. I actually have a drawing that I did. Do I have it here? I don't think I have it in this room, but it's on my jean jacket that I drew actually. Like last month or so, I started drawing when the weather was still kind of nice. I was inspired one day and wanted markers to draw on my jean jacket, so I got a bunch of colorful markers and Sharpies, and before I got the sketch pad, just to draw on those. But I drew, like, if you're familiar with Next Generation of Star Trek, Picard is a favorite of mine, and Earl Grey is also a favorite. And anyway, so I have the Enterprise as like the ship, as the saucer of the ship is like an actual saucer for the teacup, and this whole thing with the logo, and I don't know, it's I gotta show you. I'm gonna get it as a tattoo one of these days, but anyway, next Saturday I'm getting a few tattoos, so I'm quite excited. I found this all female shop up in Loveland called Fallen Desires, and I have an appointment with this lady Kat, and I get to meet her. She seems to have the same kind of vibes that I do, so I'm really curious to meet her and get some work done from her. She has really pretty stuff. So that'll be next week, right after Christmas. I was really excited. So anyway, so the cards for today. Let's see. I'm really feeling. This one. I drew this the other day. 5 of coins. Little like dragon bats. Let's see. That is. So it looks right here. Yep. Okay. Queens 8, 7, 4, 5. There we go. Oh, I've only drawn that once. Okay. What does it say today? The Five of Pentacles traditionally indicates a time of feeling insecure or lacking in support, a time when you are more aware of what you lack than what you have. Most of the images are of isolation or of being left out in the cold, lacking in shelter or resources. Like all the fives, the Five of Pentacles indicates a time of transition, changes which may initially be prompted by outer circumstances, but which lead to inner growth. The Five of Pentacles can be said to illustrate the dangers of relying too much on the material for your security. This can leave you spiritually bereft and lacking a sense of meaning, so that the motivation to move forward and do something productive is lost. When the Five of Pentacles appears, it is time to learn the lessons of the dark night of the soul and accept the support that is offered. I'm just trying to think in my life what that could be talking about. For me. But I am in a time of transition. Lots of inner growth, yeah. But accept the support that is offered. So, okay. Let's see what the next one is. Four of Swords. A little hammock there. Let's see. Four of Swords goes back a little bit. Right, 8, 4. Here we go. Ooh, I've drawn this one a lot. 7 times for this one now. Okay. The regularity and structure of the 4 mean bringing your thoughts into harmony, clearing your mind of clutter, and finding some mental space. You may need some time to process your emotions after the shifts of the 3, to practice not taking things personally and finding some objectivity. Oh, this candle's getting too low. I gotta blow this out. Ooh, that's hot. I burned down that candle too, so I'm gonna have to get a different one for tomorrow. Anyway, sorry. After the 3, okay. Taking time out allows us to get a sense of perspective, perhaps to reassess our priorities and make a sense of our situation. This is a card of rest, retreat, taking time for reflection and contemplation, of letting go of our striving for a while. Yeah, time to step back a little bit, huh? Every now and then we all need a little introspection, a time to step back from the demands of daily life and check in with ourselves. We do not always need to be doing and being productive. Sometimes it's important just to be, with no goal or effort in mind. That's hard this time of year because there's so much going on, right? The holidays, family in town, or going out of town, and all of that going on. Sending out Christmas cards. I just sent out my cards, so they're going to be a little bit late, I think. But just a handful of them. I had my dad do Christmas cards too, so I mailed those out for him as well. So that was kind of fun. But it's important to step back and give yourself a break too, even though your plate is full. It's important to take time for yourself. So I just drew the 2 of Wands, little koala dude. Isn't that cute? Okay, 2 of Wands is 4, 2. Oh, I've drawn this 7 times, so this will be 8 for this one. Okay, 2 of Wands. This card can be a card of making a decision, of moving forward towards a new goal. However, it begins with preparation and evaluation, and so this card may indicate a need to consider your options, to look at all of your possible futures, and choose your direction. The 2 of Wands indicates that you are moving into your personal power, able to move forward with courage, and originality, and that the potential of the ace is beginning to take form. This may mean moving out of your comfort zone, and the decision demanded by this card may be simply that, to move away from the familiar and onto a new path. When the Two of Wands comes up, it suggests that you are feeling restless, and there is a need to honor that restlessness to prepare for movement, even if you are not actually ready to move yet. So, kind of in between this, it's almost like getting ready to take a step on towards a new path, towards a new goal, a new objective, whatever it is that you're working on, right? So it's beginning to take form, take shape. So I feel it's if it's a goal you have, I feel it helps if you have if you visualize it first, if you write it down. You can write it down and burn it. Tomorrow's the solstice, so that's a good time to do that. Put your intentions on paper and what you want to work on, and what you're grateful for this year and going into next year and all of that. What do you want to let go of? And then burn it, send it to the universe, and she listens. So this is kind of like getting yourself ready to take that step, right? That's how I see it. So I'm going to do one more. So tonight my husband is going out with a friend to see a comedy show of oh, that's a good one. Anyway, so he's going to be out with his friend, and I'm going to go out with some girlfriends, and it's the first time we've done things apart for a while. But I think it'll be good for both of us. It's going to be a lot of fun. So this is one of my favorite cards. Let's see, it's oh, this is from, oh, I had both of my decks out. So this is the traditional deck that I have. So I'm like, the drawing is different. It's the Tower, and it actually has the Roman numeral where it comes in the Arcana. It's 16, the Tower. I actually drew this also, a similar drawing on my jacket, which I'll do another video just to show that. So 16. That's like on the latter half of the Arcana. So the Tower, I've drawn this 6 times now. So it's, all the cards look intimidating, but they always have this kind of like uplifting, this other message that always comes through. Like, it looks deceiving and terrible, like people falling out of the tower, but the true meaning is anything but. So so the Tower, keywords: breaking down, release, revelation, structures. Another unsettling card. The Tower shows figures being struck by lightning and falling from a high tower. It can indicate unexpected and even unwelcome change and an upheaval or crisis over which we have no control. It often reflects the truism that bad luck seems to come in phases, so that everything happens at once and we are left floundering as we try to deal with it all. On a deeper level, though, it symbolizes the need to break out of these structures we have built for ourselves, to change outdated patterns which no longer serve us. Having faced our shadow in the devil, the structure of our ego may have taken a blow as we are forced to confront the walls we have built around ourselves. As these walls shatter, we may feel that we are left stranded, or a sense of security and safety is gone. However, when we open our eyes and look around, we realize that we can see further than we've ever seen before, and that new possibilities, things we might not have even imagined, are opening up before us. The Tower symbolizes an awakening, a time when illusions are shattered and seemingly permanent structures are provided to be flimsy or false. Whilst this can be distressing, now you have the opportunity to build up something stronger and also more flexible in accordance with your own values instead of the expectations or needs of others. This is all about you. So, this card can also symbolize a flash of insight or even enlightenment, a breaking open of awareness, which gives us a much broader view of life, of the big picture, really. So when the tower comes up in a reading, it inevitably indicates a time of change. Whilst this can be unsettling or even painful, and fear comes into that too, any kind of change, we are it usually brings reflection. It usually brings revelation. We are broken out of our comfort zone, and possibilities open up around us. It's time to let go of what no longer works and build something more fulfilling. So this is the time to think about what in your life works, what in your life doesn't work. What do you like about your life? What do you not like about your life? What do you want to change? What do you want to improve? It's things to think about and write down. So it's, write it all out. And it helps me. I'm a visual person, so it helps me to have lists to write things down, especially in my journal. It helps a lot to get things out. But also, I do make lists in there as well that I can go back and think upon, like, especially for solstice coming up tomorrow. Like I said just a little bit ago, like it's a time of renewal. Like this time of winter is for us to step back and reflect. Be grateful for what you have. Be open to new possibilities. But don't be afraid to look inwards. And then, write your intentions. What do you like? What do you love? What are you passionate about? What do you want to do? How do you want to spend your time? Right? How do you want to connect with people? How do you want to, what is your higher self and what does that look like in your mind? How do you act? What do you look like? If you could be your ideal self, what does that look like? What would that person do? And so just think about the things you want to change about your life. And it starts with the inner work first, always. But I think just even sitting and making a list helps you kind of face that first little step. And you may not be ready to take it yet, but even just a little focus on it, just a little bit, I feel like takes the fear out of it a little bit. The more you face your issues, your problems, your insecurities, whatever it is about you that you need to heal within, right? So I think I'll do a list for tomorrow and share mine with you for solstice, and then we can burn our list together if you want to do one with me. So a friend sent me another reel from this girl on Instagram, I believe, who had an idea. It was something that she heard of for doing for the solstice. So you write from like here from tomorrow. I think it was like 12 days before the new year. So you write down 12 different things that you want to like manifest in the next year, right? All the things, like what do you want? What do you want attracted to you, basically? What do you want in your life? And you write down those 12 things, and then cut them out individually or tear them up individually on pieces of paper and put them in a bowl of glass or whatever. And then every day starting tomorrow, you take one out and you burn it, release it to the universe, right? And every day up until New Year's counts down one. So on New Year's, you have one left. And the one that you have left will be the one that's meant for you to work on, to focus on, to manifest, to bring that abundance into your life. And the other 12 are already written and spoken for out in the universe, and they're all taken care of. So you just have to believe that everything you want is already waiting for you. You just have to be ready to be open, to do some of the hard steps, to focus on yourself and not ignore it. That was my biggest issue, was ignoring the things about myself, especially my body image. I mean, I'd watch all these beautiful women, you know, talk about body insecurities and how empowering it is to be big and be beautiful, and it doesn't matter what size you are, just live your life, because I was wasting time wishing that I had something else, when what I have is what I have. So I should be grateful for that, and all the beautiful things I can do. So anyway, I didn't want to spend time regretting all the things I didn't like about myself at the time. And I'd watch all these influencers or whatever, and it looks so easy, right? Like, that they're already doing all the things and they're happy and beautiful and whatever. And it's like, well, how can I get there? And you just have to believe that you're already there. You have to believe that you can get there, that it's possible. And then when you start talking to yourself better, start trusting yourself, and start believing the things that you hear from other people. Like, for me, it was compliments. I wouldn't believe my husband's compliments because I wasn't there in that right mindset, right? To accept them and to feel positive about them. And so I put my trust in him, that I believe him and his compliments, and it started to change my thinking. So you just have to believe that you are loved and you deserve love, and deserve to be loved. That you are enough, that you have power, that you are strength, that you are beautiful, that you are everything you need to be. So so it's time to let go of what no longer works. What are you fighting? What's holding you back? And build something more fulfilling. Well, if it helps, if you write that list, see where your focus wants to be. What do you want to focus on? And then baby step from there, right? And build something more fulfilling. Build a more fulfilling life for you, because this is your life, right? And how can you do that? So I'm going to do one more card for today. Just kind of wrap everything up. Before I have to clean house, before my girls come over. I can paint my nails and do all that stuff. But I wanted to see, something felt right about this one. So this is the Empress. And she is number 3. And I know I drew that after the High Priestess. Yes, the Empress. So I've drew the High Priestess 7 times, and the Empress I've only drawn, this is the 4th time. But this kind of reminds me of the poem by Emery Hall that I read the other day. So, keywords: fertility, creativity, generating new life, abundance, fruition, and feminine energy. The Empress is the energy of the archetype mother, bringing new life to birth and embodying the fertility and abundance of nature. She is often shown as pregnant or surrounded by the fruits of the harvest, showing the luxuriant energy of life and all its bounty. She speaks of creative abundance, of the fulfillment of our heart's desires, of the pleasures of the senses. Her scepter is power, is topped by a globe, reminding us that we create, literally bringing into being our own world. The Empress symbolizes the passionate, even sensual approach to life, the power to give and take and experience emotions without limit or restriction. The stem, often depicted at her feet, reminds us both and symbolizes the unconscious, connecting her back to the High Priestess and the waters of life, which ensure that everything grows and flourishes. She shows us how we can use our imagination and creativity to generate ideas and to birth them in reality. She also reminds us of the need to balance patience and action to allow the harvest to develop in its own time so that it can grow to its full potential. The Empress represents synthesis and harmony, the unity which is born from the dualities of light and dark, action and receptivity. She is firmly rooted in our present experience and our connection to the world around us, but also holds an awareness of our potential and what we are able to create. So, in a reading, she indicates a time of abundance, creativity, and growth. So I felt like those other cards kind of led up to this one. You may be bringing a new project into being, nourishing and nurturing it into reality. It's a time to connect with nature and to the powers of your senses. She reminds us that abundance is not just about the material, but about gratitude for the many gifts life gives us each day. Take time to nourish whatever is most important to you, focusing your energy and attention on that. So, again, that's kind of like, it aligns perfectly with the solstice tomorrow. Write down what you're grateful for. What are the abundant things in your life? What are you grateful for? Take time to nourish whatever is most important to you, focusing your energy and attention on it. So whatever that is, it's going to be different for everybody, right? But focus your energy and attention, and write your intentions down for right now, for next year, for the next week. And tomorrow we'll do a little solstice thing together. It reminds me of we watched Scrooge last night with Bill Murray. And, we're both fans. My husband and I. So it's just a great version of Scrooge. And as you know, at the end, when he finally gets it, he finally sees, that he's, more than a paycheck. That giving is something everybody can do. And there are things, bigger than yourself out there. And we can all help each other in some way, right? So, I guess just this next week, just have a little patience. I know it's going to be stressful with the hectic week before Christmas, but hopefully you can be with loved ones and have patience with those you come into contact with, because you never know what people are going through this time of year, or any time of year, honestly. Give yourself grace, give yourself patience, give yourself some time to step back and go through and feel whatever it is you need to feel. So I guess I'll leave you with that for today. So I send you all my love to all my lovies, and have a beautiful day.